Hi folks, Ella here from Biggity Glassworks in Revelstoke, British Columbia. Today we're going to learn how to make one of these guys. So grab your kit, sit down, get comfy, grab a cup of tea if you need to, and let's make a jellyfish together. Okay, let's take our kit out and have a look what we've got inside. Now, your kit may or may not have paper instructions in it. If it doesn't, that's totally okay. That's what this video is for. If you've got the instructions, it's just an extra little handy thing you can have. So in our kit, we should have two different types of wire. There will be a thicker and a thinner wire. You'll have a wooden bead, a washer, some seed beads, and some larger accent beads. You'll also have some fishing line, and most importantly, our jellyfish top. Okay, so we have our thinner wire here, and there'll be three pieces that are folded in half. We're going to straighten them out and keep them folded in half. You'll also have a thicker wire. There should also be three pieces of this. So we're going to need to keep our washer handy for this part. And that's the metal donut shape thing that's in your kit. We're going to thread a piece of wire through right to the fold where it's been folded in half, and we're going to twist it back on itself. This will make sure that the wire stays on the washer. You can see it's been twisted. Just twist it about 2 or 3 times. I'm going to do the same thing with the thinner piece of wire. Thread it through to halfway and twist it back on itself. Just like that. Now let's repeat this with all 6 pieces of wire. Now that we've got all 6 pieces of wire threaded through our washer, let's take our beads out and have a look. So we have our decorative beads. These are beads that are probably bigger than the seed beads. There's not as many of them, but we're going to use them as kind of accents on our jellyfish tentacles. These are our seed beads, which we'll have a lot more of. And I'll show you how I like to put my jellyfish together. But of course, it's your own creation, so you can do it however you like. So we have our beads here. Just make sure we don't lose any. Whoop. Come back here, you. And as I mentioned before, we're going to thread our beads onto our thinner sets of wire. So not the thicker ones, just the thinner wires. I'm going to start with the seed beads, and I like to do 3 tentacles with just seed beads in their own patterns, and then 3 tentacles with the accent beads added in. But this is your jellyfish, so you do you. As you can see here, I've got a little pattern of seed beads going. There we go. And it's really up to you how you want your jellyfish to look. So I'm going to use the smallest of the seed beads like this one, as a bit of a stopper. So I'm going to thread it on because I want a little gap between some of my seed beads. So I've threaded it on there. You can see it's smaller than the others. And I'm going to tie a knot in the wire. There we go. So this little seed bead is going to act as a stopper and it won't go past that knot. Look at that. And so then this will create a gap between this set of beads and my next set of beads. Okay, so I'm going to quickly finish off this tentacle, and by quickly I mean real quick. And then I'm going to show you how I like to finish off the tentacle. So stay tuned. Okay, so you can see I'm just finishing off this last tentacle. I'm going to put a few more seed beads on the end here. And then I'll show you how I like to finish off the tentacles on my jellyfish. Again, your kit might be slightly different and you might have different beads in there than I do, but that's okay. You can make this jellyfish however you like. I've got this pattern, might just add a couple more. So with the ends, I'm going to choose my tear-shaped bead. I'm going to thread it right onto the end. And I'm going to bend the wire back up until it meets itself. And we're going to give it a couple of twists around the wire. And this bead will act like a stopper so that none of the other beads will slip off the end. So now let's go ahead and decorate all of the other thin pieces of wire until we have 6 tentacles that are decorated with our beads. Okay, so we have all of our tentacles decorated. They're looking great. I bet yours are too. You can see the accent beads there and all of the seed beads. Now, around your house, grab a paintbrush. If you don't have a paintbrush, you can use a pencil. Anything kind of cylinder shaped will do. And one by one, we're going to wrap the tentacles around our cylinder shape. So here I go. And just wrap it around. You can do it kind of tightly. And once we remove our paintbrush or our cylinder shape, we're left with very curly jellyfish tentacles. So you can curl each one. You can leave them straight. You can do some curly and some straight. It's totally up to you. You can even curl the ones with the beads on them. Just like this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to curl all of these tentacles, some tighter than others and some a little bit looser. Okay, I'm just curling my last tentacle. Oh, it's looking pretty good. So we're ready to add our jellyfish top. So grab your wooden bead and your fishing line. And we're going to thread our fishing line through our washer, or whatever donut shaped bead or fasting that you might have in your kit, because it might not be a washer. So thread it through the middle, and then you want to grab both ends of the fishing line together, and we're going to thread both ends through your wooden bead all the way down to the washer. And this wooden bead just helps the jellyfish top to sit a little better, so it doesn't sit wonky. And now thread both ends of the fishing line through the bottom of the jellyfish top, right down till it sits nicely on that wooden bead. You're going to want to tie both of those ends of the fishing line together so that you have a nice loop to use to hang your jellyfish with. Now hang it somewhere where everyone can see it. Boop! Great job, team!